First contact and crisis. The vast emptiness of space stretched before Captain Maya Chen as she stood on the bridge of the UES Thunderbolt, her steady gaze fixed on the holographic display showing Saturn's magnificent rings. After 15 years of service in Earth's United Space Fleet, she had seen her share of wonders. But this mission was unlike any other. The Thunderbolt wasn't just Earth's most advanced warship. It was humanity's first true deep space battleship, equipped with experimental technology that even most of her crew didn't fully understand. Proximity alert, Captain. Lieutenant Reza Khalid announced from the tactical station, his voice cutting through the quiet hum of the bridge. Multiple objects approaching from beyond the rings. Configuration unknown. Chen straightened, her heart rate quickening despite years of training. Details, Lieutenant. 7 vessels, Captain. Each approximately 800 meters in length. No match to any human designs. They're accelerating toward us. First contact. The 2 words that humanity had both dreamed of and dreaded for centuries. Chen had run countless simulations for this moment, but now that it was here, a cold knot formed in her stomach. All hands to alert status, she ordered, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Communications, broadcast first contact protocol alpha on all frequencies and formats. If they can hear us, I want them to know we come in peace. The bridge erupted into controlled activity as the crew responded to her commands with practiced efficiency. The Thunderbolt, for all its firepower, had been designed with first contact in mind. Humanity had hoped for peaceful explorers but prepared for conquerors. Broadcasting now, Captain. Communications Officer Lian Wei confirmed, her fingers dancing across her console. Translation matrices are running, but without any linguistic baseline. Keep trying. Chen nodded. On the view screen, the alien vessels had changed formation, spreading out in what was unmistakably a flanking maneuver. Chen recognized military doctrine when she saw it. Some behaviors, it seemed, might be universal among species that reached the stars. Dr. Emily Okafor, the ship's xenobiologist, studied the approaching vessels with equal parts fear and fascination. Captain, their ship design suggests a civilization far more advanced than ours. Those propulsion signatures are unlike anything in our theoretical models. Chen nodded grimly. That was always the most likely scenario, Doctor. We're newcomers to interstellar travel. She turned to her tactical officer. Lieutenant Khalid, weapon systems on standby, but maintain safety protocols. I want full defensive capability, but no itchy fingers. The alien vessels continued their approach, now close enough to make out details of their construction. Their hulls gleamed with an iridescent blue-green material that seemed to shift and flow like liquid metal. Where human ships were built with practical angular lines, these vessels possessed an organic, flowing aesthetic that made them appear almost alive. Captain, we're picking up energy readings from the lead vessel. Khalid reported, tension evident in his voice. They could be scanning us, or preparing weapons. Chen finished. Maintain course and broadcast. If they're scanning us, let them. We have nothing to hide. Suddenly, a brilliant beam of energy lanced out from the lead alien ship, but not toward the Thunderbolt. Instead, it struck Saturn Research Station Alpha, a small scientific outpost orbiting within the rings, studying the gas giant's unique atmospheric patterns. Station Alpha has been hit, Khalid shouted, all pretense of calm professionalism gone. Critical damage reported. Detecting multiple life support failures. And Captain, there were 27 scientists on that station. Chen's blood turned to ice. Without hesitation, she issued the order she had hoped never to give. Red alert. Shields at maximum. Prepare rescue shuttles for Station Alpha survivors. She paused for only a heartbeat before adding, and target the alien vessel that fired, defensive posture only. As klaxons wailed throughout the massive ship, Shen opened a channel to her executive officer, Commander Jackson, who was overseeing the experimental systems in the ship's heavily shielded core. "Commander, initiate the Aegis Protocol." Jackson's reply came with audible shock. "Captain, Aegis is still experimental. Admiral Kostova specifically ordered." "I'm well aware of the Admiral's orders, Commander." Chen cut him off. "But we have 27 civilians in immediate danger and hostile alien vessels. Aegis Protocol now." The Thunderbolt shuddered slightly as power diverted to the mysterious Aegis system, humanity's most closely guarded technological secret. The lights on the bridge dimmed momentarily, then stabilized. On the view screen, the alien vessels had regrouped and were now clearly targeting the Thunderbolt. Energy readings spiked across all 7 ships. "They're charging weapons, Captain," Khalid reported. "Evasive maneuvers," Chen ordered. "Rescue shuttles launch when ready. And prepare to return fire. Target their weapon systems only." The first alien energy blast struck the Thunderbolt's shields with devastating force, causing the entire ship to lurch violently. Bridge crew were thrown against their stations, and warning signals blared from multiple systems. "Shield integrity at 68%, Khalid reported, incredulous. "One hit. Captain, nothing in our simulations suggested weapons of this magnitude." Chen gripped her command chair, mind racing. "Status of Aegis. Online but still calibrating." Jackson's voice replied through the comm. 30 seconds to full deployment." Another blast struck the Thunderbolt, and this time the shields flickered visibly. "Shield integrity at 41%. Khalid's voice had gone quiet with fear. "We can't take another direct hit like that." Chen made her decision. "Lieutenant, target the lead vessel's propulsion system. Fire main batteries." The Thunderbolt's response was swift and terrible. Advanced railguns and plasma cannons, the pinnacle of human military technology, unleashed their fury toward the alien vessel. The impacts were visually impressive, but seemed to do little more than scorch the alien ship's strange, flowing hull. "Minimal damage to target," Khalid reported, dismay evident in his voice. "Their hull material is. It's absorbing and redistributing the energy somehow." The alien vessels responded with another coordinated attack, but this time, something extraordinary happened. As their energy weapons converged on the Thunderbolt, the space around the human warship seemed to bend and distort. The alien beams curved away, dissipating harmlessly into space. "Aegis is online," Commander Jackson announced, a note of awe in his voice, "working exactly as designed." On the view screen, the alien vessels had halted their approach, seemingly confused by the sudden ineffectiveness of their weapons. Chen saw her opportunity. "Open a channel again," she ordered communications. "All frequencies, all formats. And while we're trying to talk, get those rescue shuttles to Station Alpha." As the bridge crew scrambled to carry out her orders, Dr. Okafor approached Chen's chair. "Captain, I've been analyzing their attack pattern. They specifically targeted the research station first, not us, despite our obvious military capability." Chen frowned. "Your point, Doctor?" "The station's primary function was to collect and focus radiation from Saturn for energy experiments. From a distance, its collectors might have appeared similar to weapon arrays. What if—" Okafor hesitated, then continued. "What if they thought they were neutralizing a weapon before it could fire?" Chen considered this, a preemptive strike based on a misunderstanding. It made a terrible kind of sense. First contact scenarios had always included the possibility of catastrophic miscommunication. "Captain," Lieutenant Wei interrupted from communications, "we're receiving a transmission. I think it's from them." The main view screen flickered, and for the first time in human history, an alien face appeared before them. The being had a vaguely humanoid structure, 2 eyes, a central facial feature that might be a mouth, and a head mounted on a torso. But that's where the similarities ended. Its skin was that same flowing, iridescent blue-green as the ship's, and where a human would have hair, delicate feather-like appendages rippled gently as though underwater. No words came from the alien, but a series of musical tones and clicks filled the bridge. The computer struggled to analyze the sounds. attempting to find patterns that might indicate language. "Tell them we mean no harm," Chen instructed Wei. "Explain that the station they destroyed was scientific, not military." Wei transmitted the message, but before any response could come, sensors detected a new disturbance. "Captain, additional vessels approaching," Khalid announced, his voice tight. 15. No, 20 ships. Configuration different from the first group. On the view screen, the first alien's feathery appendages bristled in what Chen somehow knew was alarm. The transmission cut off abruptly. "The first group is changing formation," Khalid reported. "They appear to be preparing to engage the newcomers." Chen watched in astonishment as a much larger conflict unfolded before them. The new arrivals, sleek, predatory vessels with jagged crystalline protrusions, attacked both the first alien group and began targeting the Thunderbolt as well. "It seems we've wandered into someone else's war," Chen murmured. She raised her voice to address the bridge. "All hands, prepare for extended combat operations. We need to recover the station survivors and withdraw." As the Thunderbolt maneuvered to protect the rescue shuttles, now returning with the few survivors from Station Alpha, Chen couldn't help but feel that humanity's first steps into the galactic community had come at the worst possible time. They had unwittingly stumbled into an ancient conflict, armed with technology they barely understood. "Commander Jackson," she called over the comm. "How long can Aegis maintain protection at current power levels?" 2 hours, maybe 3, came the grim reply. "It was never designed for prolonged deployment. And Captain, there's something else. Aegis isn't just deflecting their weapons. It's analyzing them. The system is learning." Chen felt a chill run down her spine. The true nature of the Aegis system had been classified even from her until a week before launch. It wasn't merely a shield. It was an adaptive defense system using experimental quantum computing that could theoretically counter any weapon it encountered, given enough exposure. As the battle between the alien forces intensified around them, Chen made a decision that would change the course of human history. "Commander Jackson, reconfigure Aegis. Don't just defend. Communicate what it's learning to tactical. If these aliens want to see what humans are capable of, let's show them." The bridge crew looked at her with a mixture of fear and determination. Humanity had hoped for a peaceful first contact, but instead found itself caught in a cosmic crossfire. Yet, as Captain Maya Chen watched the Thunderbolt's revolutionary systems come fully online, she felt a fierce pride. Whatever happened next, Earth's children would not go quietly into the night. The galaxy was about to learn that humanity, though young among the stars, was a force to be reckoned with. Revelation and Alliance. The bridge of the UES Thunderbolt shuddered as another energy blast from the crystalline ships, now identified as harvesters by the first alien species, dissipated against the Aegis field. Captain Maya Chen maintained her composure despite the chaos erupting around Saturn's rings, now a battlefield between 3 distinct species. Aegis adaptation at 87%. Commander Jackson reported from the engineering deck. "The system is integrating the weapons signatures faster than we anticipated." Chen nodded. "Status of our new acquaintances." She gestured toward the view screen where the iridescent blue-green ships of the first alien group, the Valkesh, according to their limited communication, were engaged in desperate evasive maneuvers against the much larger harvester fleet. 5 of their 7 vessels are still operational, Lieutenant Khalid replied, his eyes never leaving his tactical display. "But they're taking heavy damage. Their defenses aren't nearly as effective as Aegis against the harvester weapons." Dr. Okafor, who had been working furiously with Lieutenant Y at the communications station, approached Chen's command chair. "Captain, we've made a breakthrough. The translation matrix has identified enough patterns in the Valkesh language to establish basic communication. Put them through," Chen ordered without hesitation. The view screen shifted to show the same alien face they had seen earlier, but now with visible damage to one side of its facial structure. Behind it, Sparks flew from damaged systems, and other Valkesh moved frantically to contain the chaos on their bridge. "This is Captain Maya Chen of Earth Vessel Thunderbolt," Chen spoke clearly. "We offer assistance against our common enemy." The alien's feathery appendages rippled in what might have been surprise. When it spoke, the ship's computer translated its musical tones into stilted English that appeared as text beneath its image. "Why help? We attack your station. Misunderstood purpose. Thought weapon." "A tragic mistake," Chen responded, choosing her words carefully. "But these harvesters attack us both now. We face extinction together or survive together." There was a pause as the Valkesh commander seemed to consider her words. Finally, it responded, "Harvesters consume all. Technology, resources, life. They follow us. Our mistake brought them to you. Regret. Save your regrets," Chen replied firmly. "We need coordination to survive. Our defensive system, Aegis, can protect us, but we have limited offensive capability against their whole composition. Your defense, unexpected." The Valkesh commander's translated text appeared. "Not seen before in 1,000 cycles of space." "How?" Before Chen could formulate a diplomatic non-answer about Earth's technological capabilities, Lieutenant Khalid interrupted urgently. "Captain, 3 harvester vessels breaking formation, accelerating toward Earth coordinates." Chen's blood ran cold. "Intercept course. Maximum thrust." "Impossible, Captain," Khalid responded, despair evident in his voice. "Their acceleration exceeds our capabilities by a factor of 3. They'll reach Earth in 48 hours. Silence fell over the bridge as the implications sank in. Earth, with its billions of inhabitants, had no defenses against the kind of weaponry the harvesters possessed. Humanity's homeworld, the cradle of their species, lay completely vulnerable. The Valkesh commander's voice broke the silence. "Harvester pattern known. Scout ships first, then resource extractors, then world breakers. How do we stop them?" Chen demanded, all diplomatic pretense abandoned. "Cannot with conventional weapons," came the grim reply. "Their hulls adapt, consume energy, matter. Only way is disruption of their central coordination network." Commander Jackson's voice came through the comm system. "Captain, Aegis has fully analyzed their weapon signatures. And there's something else. The quantum processing core is detecting a subtle communication pattern between all harvester vessels." Chen's eyes widened with sudden understanding. "A hive mind. More like a networked fleet intelligence," Jackson replied. "All ships linked, sharing data, adapting collectively." Chen turned back to the Valkesh commander. "We may have a way. Our Aegis system has been analyzing their network. If we can disrupt their communication." The alien's appendages stiffened in what might have been shock. "Impossible. Many civilizations tried. All failed. All consumed." "Those civilizations weren't human," Chen replied with quiet determination. She opened a channel to engineering. "Commander Jackson, reconfigure Aegis from defensive to offensive posture. Target their communication network." "Captain, that would leave us vulnerable," Jackson protested. "And we've never tested Aegis in offensive configuration outside of simulations." "Those simulations showed a 62% success probability," Chen countered. "Against extinction. I'll take those odds." As the Thunderbolt systems began their reconfiguration, a new alert sounded from the sensor station. "Captain, additional vessels approaching," Khalid announced, tension evident in his voice. "Configuration. It's unlike either the Valkesh or harvesters." On the view screen, sleek, silvery ships with organic curves materialized from what appeared to be folded space, a technology well beyond human understanding. Their arrival halted both the Valkesh and harvester fleets momentarily, as all parties assessed the new development. 3 vessels, Captain," Khalid continued. "They're taking position between us and the harvester fleet, but not engaging." Observers, the Valkesh commander's translation appeared. "The Eldorethi, ancient race. Watch, study, rarely intervene. Chen's tactical mind raced. Are they hostile? Not hostile. Not allies. They observe galactic events of significance. And our current situation qualifies. Chen asked, surprised. The Valkesh commander's next words sent a chill through the bridge crew. New species wielding quantum defense technology against harvesters. Yes. Significant. Before Chen could respond, Lieutenant Wei called out from communications. Captain, we're receiving a transmission from the new arrivals. The Eldorathi. It's in perfect English. Put it through, Chen ordered, straightening in her command chair. The view screen split to show both the Valkesh commander and a new alien face. The Eldorathi appeared almost humanoid, with silvery skin that seemed to shimmer with subtle patterns of light. Its eyes were large, entirely black, and gave the unsettling impression of containing stars. Humans of Earth, the Eldorathi spoke, its voice melodious and without need for translation. We have observed your species from afar, but did not expect direct contact for another century. Your Aegis technology has accelerated our timetable. Chen maintained her composure despite her shock. You know of Earth, of humans. We know of all emerging intelligent species, the Eldorathi replied. It is our purpose to observe. The harvesters have consumed 17 civilizations in this sector alone. The Valkesh have flooded them for generations. But you, the alien paused, its star-filled eyes fixed on Chen. You are attempting something no species has tried. You seek to turn the harvesters' network against them. Will you help us? Chen asked directly. We do not intervene, the Eldorathi replied. But we will. Witness. Captain. Jackson's voice came urgently through the comm. Aegis reconfiguration complete. But I must warn you, once we initiate the offensive sequence, our shields will be down for approximately 47 seconds before the system can re-establish defensive parameters. Chen looked at the tactical display. In those 47 seconds, the Thunderbolt would be vulnerable to the full firepower of the Harvester fleet. Even a single direct hit would likely destroy the ship and everyone aboard. The Harvesters will detect your attempt. The Valkesh commander warned. We'll focus all attack on your vessel. Chen nodded grimly. I'm aware. Lieutenant Khalid, inform all hands to prepare for extreme evasive maneuvers. Medical, prepare for casualties. She turned back to both alien commanders on the view screen. Valkesh, if you can provide any covering fire during our vulnerable period, now is the time. The feathery appendages of the Valkesh rippled in what Chen now recognized as determination. We will draw their fire. Small repayment for our mistake. The Eldorathi remained silent, but Chen noticed its ship had moved slightly, positioning itself with a clear view of the coming engagement. Initiate Aegis reconfiguration, Chen ordered, her voice steady despite the knowledge that she was potentially sacrificing her ship and crew on an untested theory. Target the Harvester command network. The lights on the Thunderbolt dimmed as power diverted to the Aegis core. The familiar protective field surrounding the ship flickered and disappeared, leaving them exposed to the vacuum of space and the deadly weapons of the Harvester fleet. Aegis offline, Jackson reported, tension evident in his voice. Beginning network intrusion sequence. 47 seconds to reestablishment. On the view screen, the Harvester vessels immediately adjusted their formation, all weapons focusing on the suddenly vulnerable human ship. Evasive pattern Delta, Chen ordered. All power to engines. The Thunderbolt lurched as it began a series of wild, unpredictable maneuvers designed to confuse targeting systems. At the same time, the Valkesh ships moved to intercept, placing themselves between the Thunderbolt and the largest concentration of Harvester vessels. Aegis intrusion at 20%, Jackson reported. 36 seconds remaining. The space around them erupted in deadly energy as the Harvesters opened fire. Most beams were intercepted by the sacrificial Valkesh vessels, their shields flaring brilliantly before failing. Two of their ships exploded in silent, devastating blossoms of light and debris. Aegis intrusion at 47%. Jackson's voice came through static. 29 seconds. A harvester beam sliced past the Thunderbolt's port side, missing by meters but close enough to superheat the hull plating. Warning alarms blared across the bridge as temperature sensors went critical. Hull breach, Deck 4. Someone shouted. Emergency containment active. Maintain evasive course, Chen ordered, gripping her chair as the ship shuddered violently. Engineering, status. Aegis intrusion at 68%, Jackson replied, his voice now eerily calm. The harvester network it's beautiful, Captain. Complex beyond anything we've ever seen. But there's a pattern, a rhythm to it. 19 seconds. Another energy beam struck the Thunderbolt directly, tearing through the unprotected hull and into one of the secondary engine compartments. The ship lurched sickeningly, internal gravity momentarily failing before emergency systems compensated. Casualties reported throughout the ship, Dr. Okafor announced grimly. Medical teams responding. Aegis intrusion at 85%, Jackson continued. Their network is attempting to adapt, but our quantum algorithms are evolving faster. 9 seconds. The view screen showed 2 more Valkesh ships succumbing to the harvester onslaught, leaving only their command vessel still fighting, its hull breached in multiple places, but weapons still firing defiantly. Aegis intrusion complete, Jackson announced triumphantly, initiating network disruption now. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. The harvesters continued their relentless attack, another beam striking the Thunderbolt and causing a cascade of explosions along its starboard section. Then, like a wave spreading outward from the Thunderbolt, a visible pulse of quantum energy engulfed the nearest harvester vessel. Its crystalline protrusions dulled instantly, its weapons falling silent. The effect spread to the next vessel, and the next, until the entire harvester fleet hung motionless in space. Aegis defensive fields reestablishing, Jackson reported, disbelief evident in his voice. It worked, Captain. Their network is completely disrupted. The 3 vessels headed for Earth, Chen demanded. Readings indicate they've dropped out of FTL travel, Kellett confirmed. They're adrift, Captain. All harvester vessels appear to be without power or coordination. A stunned silence fell over the bridge, broken only by the continuing alerts from damaged systems throughout the ship. The Valkesh commander's face appeared on the view screen, its feathery appendages moving in what might have been astonishment. Impossible, its translated text read. Thousands of cycles. Many civilizations tried. How did humans succeed? Before Chen could respond, the Eldorathi commander's image expanded on the view screen. For the first time, the ancient observer's expression showed something other than detached interest. There was respect, perhaps even a hint of awe. It seems we have underestimated humanity's potential, the Eldorathi said. Your species' unique approach to quantum mechanics, combining it with your neural patterns, created something the harvesters could not anticipate or counter. Will they remain disabled? Chen asked practically. Not indefinitely, the Eldorathi replied. But you have created a vulnerability in their network that can be exploited again. Knowledge that the Valkesh and others will be eager to obtain. The Valkesh commander nodded. Our people owe humans great debt. First for our mistake at your station. Now for salvation from harvesters. We offer alliance, knowledge exchange. Chen looked around at her damaged bridge, at the injured crew members being treated by medical staff, at the view screen showing the disabled harvester fleet that had almost certainly been planning Earth's consumption. In a matter of hours, humanity had gone from believing itself alone in the universe to becoming a pivotal player in a galactic conflict they hadn't known existed. Earth will need time to process this, Chen said carefully. But speaking for the Thunderbolt and her crew, we would be honored to begin discussions of cooperation. The Eldorathi's star-filled eyes seemed to twinkle. It seems a new era is beginning. In all our millennia of observation, few species have altered the galactic balance so significantly in their first extraterrestrial encounter. The ancient alien inclined its head slightly. "We will be watching humanity's progress with great interest." As the Thunderbolt limped back toward Earth orbit, escorted by the remaining Val-Kesh vessel and observed at a distance by the enigmatic Eldorathi, Captain Maya Chen gazed out at the stars with new understanding. Humanity had proven itself not just capable of surviving in a dangerous galaxy, but of changing it for the better. The universe, it seemed, was far more crowded, complex, and dangerous than humans had imagined. But with the Aegis technology, the newly forged alliance with the Val-Kesh, and even the interested observation of the ancient Eldorathi, Earth now had a fighting chance. Chen allowed herself a small smile as she composed the message she would send ahead to Earth. How does one explain to humanity that in a single day they had gone from being alone in the universe to becoming a key player in a cosmic drama billions of years in the making? Perhaps with the simplest truth, humanity had faced the void and proven itself worthy of the stars.